Hey guys, Onward here, Talking in Traffic, episode 24. What do you feel like when you're under pressure? How do you deal with pressure? Do you feel helpless? And this is pressure in all aspects of life. Pressure about school, taking classes, figuring out what you want to study, or societal pressure, dating, getting married, having kids, or career pressure, getting a job, doing well in your job, deadlines, and a lot of strategic decisions that you need to make. Or is it family pressure coming from your parents or from your spouse or from your siblings? There's a lot of pressure that you have to deal with in life, and this pressure really is the root of making decisions. How do you deal with making decisions, and how do you deal with the data or all the inputs that you have coming in, and making a decision based on all that data? Do you make quick decisions? Do you need to make quick decisions? Or can you think about it? So one thing that I like to do is break it down, chunk up the decision into little bite-sized pieces. If it is a big decision, try to write it out in different phases. Career aspirations of mine have been investing in real estate and starting my own firm, capital raising firm, syndication, apartment syndication, or commercial investing syndication, as well as note investing. And these are a lot of different steps that I need to take. How do I do it, right? So I have to put one foot in front of the other, take that one bite of the elephant at a time. Same thing with having a family, getting married. There will be setbacks and there will be challenges along the way. You will fail. I failed tons of times, many times, more than I can count. And then you get to your successes, and then you also have to be grateful for those successes. So dealing with pressure is definitely multifaceted. Document, journal, take inventory of your blessings, of all the things that you should be grateful for. We could be living in Africa, making very little a day, living in Vietnam, making very little a day. We just happen to be living in North America, in the United States, where we have an abundant amount of opportunity. We have the internet. We are definitely in the top 1% of the world. So we're very lucky, very fortunate to have that, this opportunity. With family. Some people ask me, how do I do it with 3 kids? You just do it one day at a time. I don't really think about it too much. You know that the kids, you start with, the kids need to be fed. Great. When they were babies, they needed to be changed and burped and be put to bed, and they need rest so they can grow. Now that they're a little older, they have homework. We know that they need to do homework, and that we need to be on top of them to do their homework. And we also have to teach them to be responsible, to be independent, so that they do the homework on their own, as opposed to having us watch over their shoulders, because that's how you raise independent kids, right? And then with money, right? We were in a mountain of debt. Getting married and having a lot of debt, we came up with a plan to save, and we saved like we couldn't believe before we got married, and then also after we got married, used the proceeds of a sale of real estate to help pay off my wife's debt, pay for the wedding, and then pay for a down payment on a house. So coming up with a savings plan, sticking to the savings plan and the budget, and as that budget evolves, so do we. And so there are times when I face debilitating pressure where I don't want to get out of bed in the morning, but I force myself because there are people that trust me, that depend on me, my kids, my wife, but also my friends at work, and myself. I'm really just competing against myself. And so I have to do better for myself and do better than I did yesterday. And what does that mean? That just means I just learn and grow, right? Forgive myself every day for any failures I've made, because those failures ultimately are learnings, and take those learnings into the next day, because tomorrow's always a new day and another opportunity to learn. So if you feel a lot of pressure, if you feel societal pressure or family pressure or financial pressure or career pressure, please just write it down, take the time, and come up with a plan and try to stick to that plan. And if you don't, change the plan, make it something that you can stick to, and go for those small wins at first, and then snowball them into big wins.